Welcome to the Do More podcast, where we share strategies and tips for improving your life in every aspect. Here's your host, John Farling.
Welcome back, and thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We are on YouTube as well, and appreciate all the support, all the feedback that I'm getting. Great feedback. I'm sure there's some negative feedback out there. I just don't get it. But give me that too. Would love to hear any feedback you guys have. Also, before I forget, if you're at all interested on coming on the show, let me know. Can get you on pretty quick. But yeah, let me know. Would love to have new people on the show, and also have some exciting guests coming up as well. So today, the title is How Your Thoughts Affect Everything. And it's formed around kind of what's happened to me the past, we'll call it 36 hours. And wanted to name the show, this episode, Vibrational Energy. I didn't think that would really catch people's eyes. So changing the title, but this is around vibrational energy. And that's, kind of also known as what you put out in this world is what you get. But I was reading part of a book that I've been reading for the past couple months. I only read a few pages a day, but it's called Mind Power. And what I read today's chapter was in relation to what has happened to me kind of in the past 36 hours as I hit kind of a business speed bump, and it kind of put me in a funky place just mentally, and I'll go into it, but there are a few things that I tried doing to kind of get out of it, and I knew that, hey, this is a speed bump, and I'll take you through my thought process, because as not only entrepreneurs but human beings, we have ups and downs, and sometimes it's hard to get out of those downs. There are definitely days where you think nothing goes right. And yesterday was one of those days. It's like I was hit with one big thing, and then it's like any little small thing that hits, it's like, why didn't this go right? Why didn't this go right? And it's like all these small things are going wrong as well. Now, a lot of that too is, and this is related to the vibrational energy chapter that I'm reading, is I'm already in that negative thought process from that speed bump that I hit. So now that one thing that happened is snowballing in the small things and then could build from there. So I think it's important to, one, find out what works for you for getting out of that kind of mental rut. For myself, sometimes it's definitely tough. Sometimes it's tough just to get going again, even though I know, kind of things that I need to do. And I'll tell you what those are, but it's still tough to kind of get that ball rolling sometimes. Sometimes you're just sitting there, being somewhat depressed in a way, and it bleeds over into not just your business, but your everyday life. And I'll tell you a few things that I do. So first off, I start thinking initially, I'm like, okay, is this going to be a big deal 6 months from now? Am I even going to remember it? Most of the times, probably 98% of the times, the answer is no, I'm probably not even going to remember this. This one I'll remember 6 months from now. And then I go, okay, will it affect me a year, 2 years from now, and will I remember it? And if I look a year from now, will I remember it? Yes. 2 years from now, will I remember it? Yes. Will it affect me? It shouldn't. It's a hiccup. It's a speed bump. But and even with that, my thinking's got to be, it's not going to be a problem. I'm going to find an issue. I'm going to find a solution and take care of this problem. So that's kind of what I start doing initially. Then there are other things I do. I'll clean my desk. I'll clean my office. I'll work out, which I do most days anyways. Yesterday I went for a long walk. I'll talk to friends, just kind of get that bad energy out. Because the longer you hang on to that bad energy, the longer it's going to control you. Right. So when it comes to vibrational energy, it's not just negative. Obviously, it could be positive too. So what I'm doing, what I've been trying to do, the past 36 hours. And this show is probably putting a bow on it, because this is basically, in a way, therapy, just me talking about it, is I'm trying to, I guess, go through the process and completely change okay, this was a problem. I know that, and this is another thing, this is kind of step 2 or 3, is this is a puzzle, right? I need to find the puzzle pieces that make this puzzle complete. I kept telling myself that. I probably told myself that more than is this going to be an issue or something I think about a year, 2 years from now. So most of the day yesterday, I was telling myself, okay, this is a puzzle. I need to find the right pieces to find the solution to this issue. So over time, I did and kind of, I guess, changed my way of thinking. But I definitely could have stayed in the thought process of, I can't believe this happened. This is someone else's fault, blah, 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 and blame it on anything and everything else, right? If I would have done that, that would just snowball. It would just snowball into other things. And I don't want to say successful people, but maybe successful, happy people, however you want to call it, don't think like that, right? You try to cut off the negative thoughts as soon as possible and start rolling with the positive thoughts, even if they're just small positive ones. And this is what got me back on track to where now I'm back in the, I guess, of resourcefulness, resourceful mindset. And it's kind of energized me in a way. And we also need to go through speed bumps and ups and downs, because from those downs, we need to also remember that they're learning lessons, right? This speed bump that I've got is a learning lesson. And the other few small things that happened yesterday too is a learning lesson. And will probably at the end of the day, I talk about how it's going to feel in a year, 2 years from now. Year to 2 years from now, it's going to make me a better real estate investor. So it is a good thing to go through these things. Not always exciting, but yeah, you got to find your way out of it. And kind of back to the vibrational energy, and to kind of wrap this up is with the book, is this could be anything. I mean, you can, the energy that you put off to the world, to people, can be positive, could be negative, could be you're happy, could be you're energetic, whatever it is, you're putting that out and you're also getting it back. And it's also contagious. So be careful with the people you're around. And everyone has up and down days, right? Like there are definitely times where I'm talking to some of my friends and I can tell, like, okay, they're not in a super great spot today. And I'll either try to help them through it, or it may be just one of those things where it's like, yeah, let's cut it short today and we'll talk tomorrow and see how it goes. But yeah, that stuff is definitely contagious. And more, none of this stuff is earth-shattering stuff, right? It's just especially as entrepreneurs, but just anybody, right? We go through this stuff. Sometimes we don't even think about it. We're just in our minds, in our heads, and don't really think about, okay, how can I get out of this? So yeah, hopefully this helped a little bit. Again, I think my biggest thing is I just kept telling myself, this is a puzzle. Find the puzzle pieces to complete this puzzle. So that's all I got today. Again, appreciate everyone for listening. If you have comments, feedback, anything, please let me know. If you want on a show, let me know. And make sure you subscribe. We're also on YouTube. Subscribe there. Watch us there. And again, appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see you.
Thanks for following, subscribing, and listening to this episode of the Do More podcast hosted by John Farling. To learn more or ask questions, go to l4investing.com.